You think you've got my number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. till it's perfect.
Gotta want it, gotta need it, only get what you put in. Give me something to believe in, feel the sweat on my skin. Gotta want it, gotta need it, only get what you put in. Give me something to believe in, feel the sweat on my skin. I put the work in, 'cause I'm worth it. And I think I found somebody who deserves it. If you put the work in, you can earn it. You and me together could be perfect. Put the work in, 'cause I'm worth it. And I think I found somebody who deserves it. If you put the work in, you can earn it. Got the kind of body that I wanna put my body on.
Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Turn up the heat, don't stop till it's perfect. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Turn up the heat, don't stop till it's perfect. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Turn up the heat, don't stop till it's perfect. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Work it, work it. Turn up the heat, don't stop till it's perfect.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Thursday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Thursday. It is Friday Junior, folks. It's basically the weekend. Monkey Blocks, what will you give me for Los Bros? 620 million and a lucky 1 billion. I have no idea what that is. Sassy, welcome. Dakota Dave, present. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. Sorry about that. Again, started off with some technical difficulties, but it appears that we are okay. We are okay. Welcome, everybody. Folks, if you want to support the channel, please do all the things and hit all the buttons and all the stuff and the doodads and whatnot. You already know what to do. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are what makes this channel go. Please feel free to do all the stuff. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share. If you want to support the channel directly, there are many different ways of doing so. Check out the merch store. Hit the exclamation mark tip. Join the Discord, folks. Check out the Substack. I appreciate all this. Today, we're just going to try to coast on through. Coast on through. Thank you to the 2,700 follower on Twitch. That would be Looney Luna. Thank you so much. You made it to the 2,700 follower here on Twitch. And I believe we just crossed over the 460 subscriber count on YouTube. So thank you for that. Thank you. All right, let's get started, folks. We got a few things, and stuff.
I like this. Is this the same show? Do we know if this is the same show from the? This is from this morning.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Can we get a report on why Vinny is now dressing in a three-piece suit?
He's got a court date.
I told you, I think he's late because you heard that guy who left the show, right? Like the producer who said that like PBD would like punish people for being late and lock them out at the door
Is that
at
it?
6
So you think
a.m.?
he's like on secret probation?
Yeah, I think he defied the cult in some way or something. That's my guess.
Well, Vinny's been dressing nicely as a
Bella Lugrisi, welcome. Oh, does that mean I need to start wearing a suit to stream? Does that mean I need to start wearing a suit to stream? I'm actually kind of a little bit dressed up today. Not much. I have a t-shirt and a nice jacket.
late, and maybe it's like maybe it. I would guess it's like one of two things. Either Patrick Bet David has raised the cost of having an hour, a Zoom call with him, and so everybody's got to wear a suit to justify that it's now like $45,000 an hour or whatever it is, or he's having trouble getting the 40,000 and he needs everybody in a suit to juice it.
Or Vinny met a guy at Casa D'Angelo that sells suits.
Or Vinny, they're trying to get Vinny to also do like, dude, you can do the hour for, $1,800. But you need to wear a suit. If you want a taste of this, look at Tom over there. Yeah. He's making money and he's wearing a suit.
Yeah.
So if you want to be on Manect, you gotta go ahead.
On the ground there at all, personally.
Vinny.
Pat, again, we're people need to understand we're in war, and in war you have to do tactics. And I think, the president knows what he's doing when it comes to information here, posting.
Yeah, dude, the president knows what he's doing. Yeah, dude. The president knows what he's doing. Sure, bud. Welcome. Thank you, Bella Lugrisi.
This market goes down, but the one thing that bothers me is the fact that if we strike, Tom, and correct me if I'm wrong, power plants in Iran.
Anything that this guy is about to say is wrong. If you strike power plants like energy infrastructure on purpose in Iran is going to target power infrastructure and other stuff in the Middle East. There'd be no incentive to do anything else, right? BCAT, welcome.
The very people that we were talking about helping are going to suffer the most. Besides the military, besides everybody else, we start striking because already the oil, it's on fire. They're breathing all that stuff in. If we start,
I stand corrected. I actually agree.
Attacking the power plant for Iran, the people that were in the streets fighting and trying to revolt to go against this Islamic.
Why do you say that?
Pause it for 1 second.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Can I just?
Oh, I'm sorry. So they panned over to another guy who is correct. Okay, never mind. Look, listen. Hey, if there needs to be like a intervention to rescue Vinny, okay, to rescue Vinny from the clutches of the PBD show, I think that rescue operation needs to take place as soon as possible. Okay, I miswatched. Okay, it was the other guy that was saying some clown stuff. This guy is actually making sense, kind of, for the most part. Yes, obviously, if you attack Iran's infrastructure, the people that are going to suffer are the citizens, and they're not going to see you as liberators when you're destroying their infrastructure and making them suffer.
Say, I don't know what's happened, but ever since this guy's in a suit,
yeah, blink
everything
twice
he
if you,
said there is like
blink twice if you need help, Vinny.
perhaps one of the most humane and rational things I've heard on this show. He's absolutely right. I mean, you know, the credit he's giving to Donald Trump, I think, is probably unwarranted, but nevertheless,
Adam, okay, gotcha.
A little bit knee jerk.
he understands and recognizes the human cost.
Yep.
All right, go back a little bit because now this is why Patrick Bet David is going to be like,
Why you say that?
Yeah,
I'm
this
trying to.
PBD's actual skill set here is
Yeah.
basically bludgeoning somebody into submission.
The power plant for Iran, the people that were in the streets fighting and trying to revolt to go against this Islamic.
Like, and just to be clear, like, this isn't like that difficult to understand, right? Like, the concept isn't very difficult. Okay, if you believe that a people is being oppressed by a authoritarian theocratic regime, you don't bomb them and expect them to see you as liberators.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you hit the power plants, all the power is going to be gone. We're seeing what's happening in Cuba right now. They haven't had power for how many days? If you hit the power plants, all the people are going to suffer in Iran. It's not going to be just military. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
That's my thing, and I get it. It's war, but if that happens, the same people that we were trying to help are going to be affected.
So what's the reason why we're
And
in
just to be clear, we're not trying to help them at all. We're not trying to help them at all.
there?
Well, the initial reason, I thought the first time we went to Iran
Yeah.
was because people were in the streets. 40,000 people were killed for protesting, and we were supposed to go in there and help them put in a leader. I think once Trump talked to Reza,
Yeah. And who told you that exactly? Like, I'm confused here. Like, who told you that we were going there to that the reason why we are bombing Iran is to supposedly, like, the military action was necessary to liberate Iran from the theocratic regime or whatever. What made you think that was happening or that was going to happen?
Pahlavi, he realized that guy wasn't the guy. But then from what we're hearing, it's now, this is from what I'm gathering, then now we're like, oh, they were trying to get a nuclear weapon, which I thought we knocked that all out 6 months ago. I
Yeah.
thought that was done.
The
So
story
what-
came out that maybe we didn't go all the way in and we didn't fully destroy it. Maybe we did. If you
Pause it for
remember
one
when
second.
they
I
were
don't want to interrupt his fantasizing about
Yeah.
the.
So, anyways, yeah, that's it. Kind of speaks to how incoherent and how bullshit the excuses to go to war have been, right? So it's about democracy. It's about eliminating Iran's nuclear program. Well, actually, it's about making sure that they don't have a missile program. I mean, well, actually, it's about making sure that we defend ourselves preemptively because Israel was going to attack them anyways.
Story came out but Vinny is like right on top of it, like, oh, there's been changing reasons why we went in there, and we thought we were going to insert a leader, and then somewhere around like week 2 of the war, we realized the king that we thought we were going to put in, he's useless, and so we can't do that.
Whoopsie.
Incidentally, should tell you that purposely blowing up power plants so that the civilian population loses power, aside from obviously like a lot of people are going to die. I don't know, dialysis, ventilators, whatever it is, people are going to die. That type of collective punishment is actually a war crime.
Says who?
I mean, come on. Obviously some...
Why you say that?
But here he is back now
Some
with a
people would
new
say.
story. I'm curious where you heard this story. Oh, I heard that we actually didn't get the beauty of trying to bomb and destroy a nuclear program that doesn't exist is that you can either succeed or fail and do both simultaneously and in retrospect.
Yeah, then there's actually no plans to go after the stockpile. Trump's even admitted it.
Like, no, they didn't fully destroy everything they did, and who knows the real story behind what happened there. So, okay, Adam, your thoughts on this?
No, I don't want to talk.
I don't want to help the terrorists, but if the terrorists, or the IRGC in Iran, actually want to understand Trump, they should read one book. It's called The Art of the Deal.
Yeah, it's called Mein Kampf, right? Is that it? Anyways, what are you talking about? What does The Art of the Deal have anything to do with anything? A book that Trump never wrote, by the way.
Because if they read that book and put down the Quran and put up this book, they'll actually probably understand Trump's mindset. You talk about...
What are you talking about? Put down the Quran? Why about you put down the Bible? What are you talking about?
Asymmetric warfare. How many times have you heard that term? Asymmetric warfare. They got drones, we got missiles, all of that.
Yep.
Trump is also using asymmetric warfare. He's basically saying, you got 48 hours stuff.
What are you talking about? This is so frustrating. Like, what is he talking? Trump is doing asymmetric warfare? No, he's not. No, he's not. He doesn't even know what that means. Bruno, welcome. We're back after car plugged the cable off. Oh, after the cat plugged the cable off. Yeah, it was the cat. Okay, no. So what happened? Oh, actually, I didn't really explain myself. Because obviously I couldn't. So what happened yesterday was that I have a specific, like, okay, so my little board, okay, it's not just a soundboard, it also has like different functions, right? Like I have different buttons to do different things, and one of the buttons is like an ejector seat for the stream, right? Like if I press the button, it just automatically kills the stream instantly. And I accidentally hit that button instead of one of the soundboard buttons, and it instantly just nuked the stream. And then when I brought it back, the YouTube side just never came back. JK, welcome again. What the hell are you watching? It's value. Are you not value-tained? So that's what happened. I hit the ejector seat by accident.
Guy, they're like, what? Hold on, what? Are we gonna call him? We're gonna talk to him? All
You
right.
continued on Twitch. I just restarted the stream and YouTube just never started back up again. Like it just refused. It just never came back up. So the stream went down. Like I nuked the stream. I brought it back, and then YouTube just never came back on. After that, you should have posted a message on YouTube. I tried posting a message on the chat, and it apparently never got through. I also asked one of the mods to send a message too, so some folks may have or may have not have seen it. So yeah, it was a disaster. Okay, it was a disaster. Disaster. It was a complete disaster. But it's okay. It's okay because it seemed like it worked today. I was like not sure. I was not sure whether or not the YouTube side was going to start up, but it did. It did. Oh, like a wall post? I rarely use that option, I'm gonna be honest, so maybe I'll keep that in mind. Because again, I gotta be honest, I just wasn't thinking, the stupid stream wasn't going on, OBS, or maybe it wasn't Restream, I guess. I guess I can blame it on Restream for not like firing up all the streams at the same time. Yeah, I just was like, you know what? It is what it is, so we marched on. But yeah, no, I understand. It wasn't exactly on the plan to nuke the stream, okay? That wasn't on the agenda. So that was about as good as I could respond to it.
Just kidding.
In the
you got
moment.
5 days, and then in 3 days he bombs them, and they're like, "What? I thought it was 48 hours. I thought." Trump is unpredictable. He's using tactics, like Vinny said, and then if you
He's using tactics by bombing people when they're doing negotiations. Okay.
follow the art of the deal, what does he talk about? Thinking big. He talks about
the art of the deal is going to explain to us the art of the deal is going to explain to us, elucidate us on Trump's tactics on Iran. Fantastic.
creating leverage. Talks about controlling the narrative, which he's doing. All eyes on Trump.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then it's always negotiating from strength. Vinny, you okay, baby?
Yeah.
Spitting out water on me?
I'm just almost.
Anyway, the last thing I'll say is this. Thank God we got Trump in there.
Okay, that's enough of.
This is insane. Like this is delusional insanity. Okay, there's no other words to describe it. This is completely divorced from reality, which is delusional, right? Like that's the definition of delusional. And absolute absolute insanity. Yeah, we're watching Adam look really dumb compared to Vinny, and that is. Oh boy, the bar, folks. The bar is really, really low.
Say, you look at.
Is Vinny laughing at him?
I think he swallowed wrong. I don't think it was anything about the content. I think he just is not used to water bottles. But I will say the chat is insanely pro Vinny and basically just take shots at Adam the entire time.
I mean, this is just one of the most sort of like dumbest retconning I've ever heard. Like, okay, Trump is going to, well, why couldn't Trump say 48 hours and attack him 24 hours later? Right. No, it's the old, I don't know what I'm doing. I make you think I don't know what I'm
Trump
doing, but I
knows
know
what he's doing,
exactly
dude.
what I'm doing. Totally.
He knows what he's doing by being so unpredictable that nobody knows what he's doing, probably including Trump himself.
Oh, and what about that jujitsu move?
Yeah, that's how awesome and strategic Trump is. Like, Trump is so strategic that he's so unpredictable that not even Trump himself knows the next move.
By letting them have more oil revenue, huh? That really? And they're like, oh, we have more oil revenue. And then what happens? They have more oil revenue and they're so excited and they're confused. They're so confused. They don't know which way is up.
Give them a nuke.
Iran is taunting them about the Strait of Hormuz and saying we're impatiently awaiting you to land Marines on our shores. Like, I don't think it's whoa, what's going on? No, they're saying bring it on. We're that crazy. We'll fight to the death for this. Like, calling the bluff, I think, is what I would call it. I don't know if that's controlling the narrative.
It is. Are the comments under that video still?
Yeah, and it's also kind of hilarious because, like, there is no narrative here. It's all incoherent. Every day it's like a new excuse. Every day is like a different thing. Like, there's no cohesive narrative, right? Like, Trump isn't controlling anything regarding the narrative, right? Remember, we were told that this was about nuclear weapons. Then it was about, like, freedom or whatever. I don't know the order of operations here, but you get the point. Like, one day it was about freedom. One day it was about nuclear weapons. One day it was about preemptive strikes to defend troops in the Middle East because Israel was going to strike them regardless. So there's no narrative. What is the narrative that Trump is controlling here exactly? Just doesn't make any sense. And that's because Adam is delusional.
Like PBD's own audience is going like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, here's the comments, of course. Let's go there. The very top one. Adam is the Lindsey Graham of PBD podcast.
True.
Nice.
True.
Not sure what that means. Way to open with the new set with a prayer. They prayed it? Okay, I missed that part.
That's
Love to start
fantastic.
with a prayer. So they really, I mean,
Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, we'll talk about something like that. That kind of reminds me. Pete Hegseth opened up with an insane prayer ceremony, and we're gonna go over that. Hello, Cat. The Trump administration reminds me of SpongeBob after setting Bikini Bottom on fire.
red meat to, thank you for the prayer. So the prayer really kind of wiped the slate clean for these people. I mean, this is why the right wing does this stuff.
You know how they say, like, last
That's
refuge
insane.
of a scoundrel type of situation. Everybody's talking about, Jesus deserves all glory. Okay, now we know why you attacked.
The narrative I'm getting is Trump is a lunatic. Yep, among other things, yes. Yes. Not just like dangerous, insane, but also very stupid. All of these things are true. Yes, and Trump is a lunatic.
Now we know. It's pretty clear.
Goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, I mean... Vinny, I'm trying my hardest to love my enemies and pray for those who persecute you, but I'm struggling with your pal Adam. So it's not quite working.
No, not quite. Adam did not pray hard enough to Jesus.
It's fascinating that the comment sections are all with guys like Vinny, and yet the voters for Republicans are just like completely insensible.
Well, I mean, I think it goes to show you that to a large extent, like the
This is insane. Like
the podcast world,
the insanity of like the right wing. that is, if anything, it's a testament to that.
and its influence is exaggerated as an electoral vehicle. I mean, I don't think it's the same on the left and the right, or nominal left, nominal right.
Not by a long shot.
In terms of this dynamic, but
Not
we
by a
don't
long
move
shot.
votes on this show. To the extent that we move anything, which may be none, but to the extent that we do, it is a function of talking to people who then go out and do stuff that moves votes. Like, and maybe it's not just even second order, maybe it's third order. That's the type of people who listen to this program. I don't know who listens to PBD. I know that for him, it is a lost leader for his consulting business. And this, of course, is a
that
lost
is a
leader
good-
for our carpenter pencils that we sell. Where we make
That
all
is
our
a fantastic. Like, who actually? Like, that is a fantastic question, right? Like, who actually listens to the PPD podcast and is like, yeah, man, this is quality media, quality news analysis. Okay,
big bucks on our merch. But it is, it's nuts. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show.
fantastic. All right, folks, we got one more video before we get into the insanity at a Pentagon Christian service.
Scott McConnell, the co-founder of one of the leading right-wing, publications in the country, The American Conservative, came out this week and called on Vice President J.D. Vance to invoke the 25th Amendment, saying, quote, "My advice to Vance, announce your support of 25th Amendment transition. Say Chris..."
To be honest, like, I don't know, like, the rest of this analysis, but to be honest, I think that basically what's happening here is that Trump is messing with the bag, and and they're kind of not they're not happy about it. Trump is messing with the bag, and they're not really happy about this at all.
Murphy or similar will be Veep. Announce you will not be a candidate in 2028. Use your position, access to the media to explain why this is necessary. Don't resign. And then, in order to clarify why he says J.D. Vance should appoint a Democrat to be his vice president, he says an anti-war Democrat, smart, and not super woke.
So yeah, I think what's happening here, my perception of this, okay, this is just my perception is that he's messing with the bag, okay? Like he's messing with the bag.
Yeah. Cause you had to throw in a little jab at the left, right? This guy's not super woke. Do any of these idiots
No.
even have any idea
No.
what that means? Like, can they define it?
Nope. Oh, I mean, actually, they probably
Again,
could.
as I always say, I would love for
Well, someone like that dude from the American Conservative probably could. It's just like they need it as a propaganda crutch, right? They need it as a political bludgeon to just really be used as a token for their obviously stupid cult. Right? It's just like if you mention the words like anti-woke, then the cult will just respond accordingly. But it's just a political weapon, right? It's a propaganda weapon. That's all it is. Chuck Schumer is VP. He has the profile. Jesus, what a nightmare blunt rotation. Nightmare VP blunt rotation.
to ask conservatives when they use these random buzzwords, stop them in their tracks and tell them, what does that word mean? Explain it to me like I'm 5. Tell me what it means. Because that really drives me crazy that they just throw these words out there that mean nothing, right? Woke to conservatives means that, okay, we want everybody.
Yeah, it's just woke just means things that I don't like, right? Like, hey, there's a woman woke, right? Am I right? Yeah. Hey, look, there's a gay person woke. Am I right? Am I right, fellow conservatives? Like, whatever, dude. A traitor like him at the behest of a foreign nation would be the right enabler. True.
To be able to live their lives. That's it. That's literally what it means. We just want people to be able to live and not be oppressed. That sounds like something every single person, especially those God-fearing Republicans, should be in favor of. Like, we just want the government to not come in and tell certain people.
I think like that's the misconception here, right? That or just to be clear, I don't think that Farron thinks that way, but that's kind of like the Mott and Bailey, right? Like that's the illusion, right? They pretend like what they want is for government to be out of your way. They pretend that they want small government. They pretend that they want freedom. They pretend that they want freedom of speech and freedom of religion and all of this stuff. But like what actually they mean is they want the freedom to do whatever they want to you, right? Like they want the freedom to oppress people who don't think like them. They want the freedom to impose their religion on you. They want the freedom to be able to just like say slurs and not have any repercussions. That's the freedom that they want. So make no mistake about it. That's what they mean by we want freedom. And we are pro-freedom. Anti-bigotry means woke. That's how the right wing hijacked the word.
That they don't have the same rights and abilities as others. That's it. That's what woke is. But these idiots have turned that into something bad. Nevertheless, back to the meat of it, obviously, calling a conservative calling on Vance to invoke the 25th Amendment. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. Like, let's not even pretend for a second that JD Vance is going to entertain this idea and really sit and think like, I guess I could.
The
the
only
fact
time that
That
JD
this is no
Vance
longer
the only time that JD Vance will ever even slightly, possibly, perhaps, maybe consider anything like that would be if someone like Peter Thiel and like the Capital class, right, like the Epstein class, turn around and say, we need you to take over at this point. So do what you gotta do, invoke the 25th or whatever. Like, that is the only time that JD Vance will ever think about enacting the 25th Amendment. Is when the Epstein class tells him to so, because Trump's time is up or whatever. And that is also the reason why they said the civil rights movement was a mistake. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's like almost verbatim a Charlie Kirk quote, wasn't it? Like, very similar, if not paraphrased, if not like almost outright verbatim, right? Wasn't that, or was it a Matt Walsh quote? Like, which one of these clowns was it? I know I've heard that before. Or was it a Candace Owens quote? No, I'm pretty sure, like, for some reason I attach it to Charlie Kirk. I think it was him who said something along the lines of like, or was it Prager, Dennis Prager, who tried to make the argument? I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember which one of these right-wing lunatics. Oh, Charlie Kirk said that. Okay, yeah, okay, I remember. Then I was right. I was right the first time. Yeah.
just a left-wing thing is a step.
Sometimes it's hard to like keep track of who said what horrible stuff. But yeah, looks like my first instinct was correct. And the Republicans like to dance to the tune of it. Yep.
Forward. Now, I have seen a lot of comments, everything from people saying, hey, no, you don't have to have this. You can have Congress invoke the 25th Amendment. And I have to reiterate, no, you can't.
Congress can't do that.
Congress cannot invoke the 25th Amendment with regard to removing the president of the United States.
What Congress can do is like, is impeach and remove a president. Well, Congress can impeach somebody, and then the Senate can vote to convict and remove them. So that's what Congress can do, but they cannot invoke the 25th Amendment. That's not how that works.
United States. The vice president is the one who holds all the power with that in order to start the process. They would then have to get a majority of the cabinet members or a majority of a body appointed by Congress or delegated by Congress. And then, of course, they can invoke the 25th should the president challenge the invocation and say, nope, I am totally capable of still being president of the United States. Then the issue goes to Congress, where the president has to prove they're all there enough to keep doing the job. But if 2/3 of the body of Congress says, no, you're not, then they are in fact removed from office. That is how the 25th Amendment works.
Yep.
But it cannot start.
Sevens, welcome. Right, exactly. They already have a mechanism. They just refuse to use it, much like the rest of their ostensible duties to us to govern and supposedly represented. Yeah.
Without J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, invoking it. So none of that happens. None of those scenarios can play out without J.D. Vance saying, yep, let's do it, guys. And that's never going to happen. J.D. Vance is a big giant coward, but if he wants to save his own political career, and he's a young guy, right? I think he's my age. I think he's actually a year younger. If you want to have any kind of political career after this, that is the only path forward for you. You are not going to win an election if you run after this. This administration is so tainted and so corrupt and so hated by a majority of this country.
Though the 2/3 impeachment threshold is still there, the 25th is just extra steps because presumably Congress isn't doing its ostensible job. So in other words, yet more legal faff from the U.S. ruling class. Yep. Actually never addressed any under-ruling issues. It's almost like this country, at least 100 years, is overdue for a revolution. What? What are you talking about, Kenneth? Are you lost? Did you walk in here by accident? Did you come in here by accident and like forgot to click on like Rumble or something? Trump rules. Oh, look, another lost person. Are you lost? Lost on your way to like your Daily Wire stream or something? I'm confused as to why you're here. Only losers and cowards don't like Trump. That's kind of weird. Is he like? So only alpha men like Trump? Is that true? So are we putting bets on when? Oh, you have nothing to say except F slurs. Okay, I mean whatever, dude. If you have no other argument, if that's all you can say, like it's pretty sad, dude. Pretty pathetic. So are we taking bets on when Trump puts boots on the ground? If it's gonna happen, if it's gonna happen after the markets close. Trump is winning? How so? Spreading the good news. What good news? How's Trump winning? I'd say people who don't like to use their brains. Yeah, that's where I was going, Sevens. That's where I was going. Like, imagine. Trump is winning. I'm still. Did you hear my question? Did you hear my question? Well, if my children dying for Israel, well then you better do something about it, right? Make sure you call your the economy is great. How so? How is the economy great? Gas prices are through the roof. Everything else downstream is through the roof. Housing is garbage. How's the economy great? Trump says one thing, the next says the exact opposite. And the Dow. Did you? What does that mean? Kind of strange. Strange comment. Nothing? Gas prices are down where I live. Food is down. No, they're not. Gas prices are up. I don't know, like, if this is like a delusion that you're experiencing, but there is no way that gas prices are lower than they were. Gas prices are increasing across the country. Like, you can't bullshit that. Like, that's not, you can't bullshit that. Everybody can see that. MAGA in control, there's nothing to, whatever it can do. Hey, listen, I asked you a question. You can't seem to answer it. Like, if you're not going to answer a question, then, like, why are you even here? I don't live in New York, so rent is stagnant. What does that have to do with anything? Like, that, the gas prices being down is a complete lie. Like, that's just not happening. That's just not happening. I asked you how Trump is winning, and the only thing that you can articulate is MAGA is in control. That doesn't tell me anything. Barack Hussein Obama reported for terrorism. Cool. Thanks, dude. America is winning. How is America winning? I'm asking very specific questions, very simple questions. How is America winning? If you can't answer the question, then like, I don't know like how you're arriving at these conclusions if you don't know how Trump is doing good. Looney Tunes, welcome. We are cleaning house. That's not an answer. Like, are you just not able to answer anything? Gas prices are the same as Obama era. That's literally not what I talked about at all. I said that gas prices are higher because Trump entered a war. That's objectively correct. You tried to you tried to like push some bullshit that gas prices are down. Okay, dude, nobody believes you. Anyways, so we are cleaning house. What does that mean? If you can't articulate shit, then like, yeah, the orange pedo has got to go. He's winning at his secret Maoist plot to destroy America from the inside. True. 10 out of 10. No notes, Mr. President. Keep going. Yeah. So like, you see how like stupid these people are? You see how stupid these people are? They can't even articulate like how Trump is doing good because he's not. Okay, now you're just being racist and a piece of shit. Get out of here. Fuck you. Higher than the price that he got them down to? What are you talking about? The war that he started in Iran has objectively raised gas prices by at least like 30%, maybe more. And downstream of that, all the costs of transportation and all that is going up because, as you may or may not know, you're probably too stupid to understand this, but transportation relies on gasoline. Proof he's a pedo. I don't think he's doing overall good right now, but the pedo thing, it's all over the Epstein files if you want to actually look into it. He's absolutely a pedophile. In fact, he's said so. He's literally said so. He's talked about his daughter when she was like, what, 1 year old? In a extremely inappropriate way. He's bragged about how he's entered teenagers' dressing rooms when he owned a teenage beauty pageant, which that's kind of a red flag in and of itself. So if you don't understand that he's a pedophile, several victims of Jeffrey Epstein have confirmed that he was raped, that they were raped by President Trump. It's in the Epstein files. So, Ladybug, welcome. If you want to shut your eyes to that, then like you're just a pedophile defender, like the other two in chat. Oh, so they have to prove it, but you get to be vague and look up the teenage thing. Let's see what the facts are and don't want accusations. Dude, I'm not here to do your homework. It's in the Epstein files. There's nothing vague about it. There's very detailed descriptions of victim testimony describing what Trump did to them. If you don't want to like look it up, that's your problem. If you want to continue to defend a pedophile, that's your problem. I don't defend pedophiles like you do, but it's all in the Epstein files. He has literally said on camera, okay, that he is going to date a 10-year-old in 10 years. That's friggin' weird. He's literally said on camera, it's on camera in 1995, how he doesn't know if his daughter, his daughter had his wife's legs. And, of course, we don't know how we're going to do up here as he points to, presumably breasts about a 1-year-old baby. I'm telling you the teenager thing is wrong and accusations. I've filed accusations, filed me nothing. So you don't think that evidence in a case of one of the biggest, like, sex trafficking cases is nothing? Maybe you should define pedo first. If I have to define pedophile for you, maybe you're just a pedophile defender. Telling you the teenage thing is wrong? No, he's literally bragged about it on the Howard Stern show. What are you talking about? Were you alive for the 1995 thing? Yes, I was. Are you another pedophile defender? It's amazing how maggots cover for. Oh, they're pedophile defenders. Absolutely. 100%. If you can't see it and take like 5 seconds to look up like what victims have said in the Epstein files, or just literally look up the videos, you're just a pedophile defender. You're okay with it. Nope, American defender. Nope, pedophile defender. Pull it up, you're wrong. That room wasn't underage girls. He's literally bragged about it. Also, there's more evidence than just the one thing that you're trying to zero on. I never said defend anyone but Americans, and what are you talking about? You're a pedophile defender. If you defend Donald Trump, you're a pedophile defender. It's that simple.
And I'm ready.
In the wake of questions and allegations
Orange Jew pig. Hey, no, we don't do that here, Sharma.
about Donald Trump's behavior towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it? Okay.
He's literally talking to a underage girl. Yeah. He's talking to an underage girl. You have to define pedo, because if he's saying he's going to sleep with a 20-year-old, maybe creepy, but he doesn't mean the definition. No. He's talking to a 10-year-old like that. I mean, again, if you want to be a pedophile defender, dude, just say so. Just out with it. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. That's what the clip was from.
It's the lost Donald Trump video that has people talking. Trump and then-wife Marla Maples appeared on the TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous back in 1994. Host Robin Leach asked about their daughter Tiffany, who was then just a year old.
Now, Donald, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral and she's really beautiful.
Tiffany Trump is 1 year old at this time.
Baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
Daily Show host Trevor Noah.
Anyone else want to defend this shit? And those are just clips, okay? Never mind the fact that he's in the Epstein files being described as by the witnesses, by the victims, very, very details as to what he did to them. How much do you make off Twitch? $1 billion. Don't worry, I know how to roast the Trump MAGA trolls in chat. It's okay, that's my job. I love doing that. Mm.
You're doing yourself in, but you also have the opportunity to become the hero, to go, as the old movie trope, from the villain to the hero.
It's a communal
of
labor.
the story.
That's true. You know what? My bad.
By invoking
Okay,
the
fire away. Fire away. It is.
25th Amendment.
It's not your or my roast. It's our roast.
Hell, just like a lot of folks in the
I mean, like, imagine going through all this to be in a cult. Yeah, the people's roast. To be in a cult just to defend the fucking pedophile, dude. To defend the fucking pedophile, man. I mean, like, hey, if that's the badge that you want to wear, okay, then just be like proud of it. Like, just be if you're out here defending shit like that, right? Just be proud. Just be a proud pedophile defender, okay? Also, like, how sad is it that you're like you're that cucked to the Epstein class? They don't give a crap about you. You think Donald Trump gives a shit about you? Okay, you think Donald Trump gives a shit about you? Look, the other clowns couldn't even freaking articulate. The other clowns are so stupid that they couldn't even articulate how America is winning. 2 viewers, your cell phone, and your mom. True, dude. Wow. Can we get a round of applause for that one? That's a fantastic. That's so good, dude. Fake round of applause. Yeah, for you. For you. Look at you. Look at you, little guy. Good job, dude. Man, I wish I can come up with, like, roasts like that. Your cell phone and your mom. Frustrating because we're still stuck on the planet with them unless, you know, and as long as they have hitting themselves in the balls with the hammer, we all have the spillover effects, but very sad. Nadia, welcome. Cringe maxing, true.
Democratic side started embracing Liz Cheney because she became anti-Trump. You could probably get them on your side too. They'd probably vote for you in 2028, JD. That doesn't say a lot about those kinds of Democrats, but that's what they did with Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, but you never know. But again, it's not gonna happen, unfortunately. But it also gives us a way to continue to taint Vance for all of eternity.
Fuck Donald Trump.
JD.
Imagine being so proud of being a pedophile defender. Imagine being this proud of being a pedophile defender. I don't know, it couldn't be me.
Vance should never, for the remainder of his existence, go anywhere and see any other human being without being told, You could have done this and you didn't. Without being questioned.
JD Vance doesn't give a flying fuck. The only time that JD Vance will ever entertain the idea of invoking the 25th Amendment is when the Epstein class tells him to do so. MAGA literally glazing authoritarianism. Oh yeah, 100%. MAGA is all about authoritarianism.
Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you save us from this?
Yay, boss.
Everywhere he goes from now on, he needs to be reminded and confronted peacefully.
Dude, the only thing...
From a distance if you have to.
The only thing that needs to happen to JD Vance is him going to jail. Okay? Like, him going to jail. That's the only thing that needs to happen. JD Vance doesn't need to be walking around free. JD Vance needs to be in jail.
Which you should. He needs to be reminded that he didn't and currently is not doing this. I don't ever want a reporter.
Yeah, that guy got real quiet, didn't he? That guy got real quiet after the Tiffany Trump tape, huh?
To speak to him again without asking him that question. I don't want him to sit down in a restaurant without somebody at the next table turning around and being like, hey man, you really let the entire country down by not invoking the 25th Amendment. Enjoy your meal, you piece of crap. That's all you have to say. But that should be the albatross hung around his neck forever.
Yeah, it should be, but like, he doesn't give a fuck. That's the problem. JD Vance doesn't care. Like, JD Vance, the only thing that JD Vance cares about is what Peter Thiel pays him to care about. Okay? Like, that's it. Like, the only thing that JD Vance cares about is what the Epstein class, it pays him to care about. That's it. Like, yeah, imagine being this proud of being a pedophile defender. Incredible.
But that's up to us. That's up to everyone. And that is how we should use this against him in case he ever does think he's going to run for office. Maybe he doesn't immediately go to the presidency. Maybe he says, hey, I want to go back to the Senate. Maybe I want to run for governor. That needs to be on the forefront of everybody's minds anytime they see this man, whether running for office or just walking down the street.
To be fair, I don't think JD Vance is going to get very far with regards to any political ambitions.
He could have invoked the 25th Amendment to save the country from this madman, but he never had the courage to do it. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, tune in every weekday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern for our...
When George Carlin said F the children, I don't think he intended for Epstein and Trump to take it literally. No child and care, no free lunch for children. Yep. Republicans are pretty proud of that. And maybe the proper thing would be this one. There you go. Alright, check this insane stuff out, chat. Check this out. This is insane stuff happening.
Well, thank you, Hung. Appreciate your leadership. And it's true. I don't think there could be a more fitting. I say this every month. Every month it is fitting to be right here. All the
Pete, how's it going? Welcome.
More fitting this month at this moment, given what tens of thousands of Americans are doing right now, at this very moment. And I want to say to this group what I said to the public and what I will continue to say to the public directly and earnestly. Please pray for them every day. Please encourage your families, your kids, your schools, your churches, your communities, your circle of friends to openly pray for our troops, to give them the skill, the courage, and the wisdom.
Dude, fuck you. How dare you? You're the one putting them in harm's way. How dare you? You're the one putting them in harm's way.
Wisdom they need where they are. And last month I meant to read a prayer, which I'm going to read today, which I think is fitting given what's going on right now, but it was just as fitting in January as it is today. And it was sent to me by the chaplain who oversaw the Maduro raid. So this was the prayer that he prayed before that mission with those great Americans who conducted that mission. And he wanted to share it with me, and I'd like to share it with the group today. So put yourself in the place of one of those couple hundred Americans about to undertake this audacious raid on the Iwo Jima, looking at a lot of uncertainty in front of you. And this was the passage.
What does Pete Davidson have to do with anything? Pete Egg said there's a total lag. You can't even answer one question.
This was the pre-mission reading and the prayer that was read with them. First, a reading from the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verses 37 to 42. King David writes, I pursued my enemies and overtook them, and did not turn back till they were consumed. I thrust them through so that they were not able to rise. They fell under my feet. For you equipped me with strength for the battle. You made those who rise against me sink under me. You made my enemies turn their backs to me, and those who hated me I destroyed. They cried for help.
This is the type of shit that, like, he's pushing in the military. This is exactly why there's, like, hundreds of complaints from service members, okay?
But there was none to save. They cried to the Lord, but he did not answer them. I beat them fine as dust before the wind. I cast them out like the mire of the streets. And then he prayed this prayer, the chaplain.
YouTube won't let me say anything. What? I can see you. Pray for the Iranian children. Yeah, if you're going to pray for anybody, pray for the Iranian children that the American military bombed and killed. He was a sleazeball. F the entire Trump administration, I agree.
And we pray it with him this morning. Almighty God, who trains our hands for war and our fingers for battle, you who stirred the nations from the north against Babylon of old, making her land a desolation where none dwell. Behold now the wicked who rise against your justice and the peace of the righteous. Snap the rod of the oppressor, frustrate the wicked plans, and break the teeth of the ungodly. By the blast of your anger, let the evil perish. Let their bulls go down to slaughter, for their day has come, the time of their punishment. Pour out your wrath upon those who plot vain things and blow them away like chaff before the wind. Grant this task force clear and righteous targets for violence. Surround them as a shield. Protect the innocent and blameless in their midst. Make their arrows like those of a skilled warrior who returned not empty-handed. Let every round find its mark against the enemies of righteousness and our great nation. Give them wisdom in every decision, endurance for the trial ahead, unbreakable unity, and overwhelming violence of action against those who deserve no mercy. Preserve their lives, sharpen their resolve, and let justice be executed swiftly and without remorse, that evil may be driven back and wicked souls delivered to the eternal damnation prepared for them. For the wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. We ask these things with bold confidence in the mighty and powerful name of Jesus Christ, King over
Veterans Against Trump. Nice. MAGA Destroyer. I like that username.
All kings. And amen.
This is insane, by the way. Like, I've just been letting him do his thing. This is insane. Okay? And as Bruno said, this shouldn't be allowed, okay? This should be this is insane. The face of evil. Yes.
Amen. Amen. And may the righteous be as bold as a lion. May we pray such prayer for our men and women in harm's way right now. To think that such Americans exist on our behalf, on behalf of the American people, and that is certainly our prayer for them.
Like literally living up to the Iranian propaganda, right? Like the great Satan actually is the great Satan.
It's an honor you're gathered here, and I'm grateful for so much leadership that we see here, who put their faith not in chariots, who put their faith in the King of Kings. And in a place like this, it has a lot of chariots
If they can declare that others should be unalive, they should be legally obligated to unalive themselves to show good faith and believe in their war. Bro thinks he's Ben Gavir. Trump deranged homosexuals keep crying. I'm not understanding. Maybe if you try again and actually make sense, speak like normal, maybe you can get a point across, but I have no idea.
And a lot of capabilities, and they're beautiful, and we love them, and we use them to the best of our ability. We understand who the author of all things truly is. And may we submit to him in these moments when we are tempted to...
Try again, buddy. Try actual English, Farley. We believe in you, okay? We believe that you can make a coherent sentence. Just gonna send out a quick test chat to see if it's working. Oh, actually, sorry, hold on. Let me do another test chat. Okay, there you go. Yeah, like, first of all, like, who cares? Second, like, I'm not gay, but even if I was gay, like, was that a bad thing? Like, is that supposed to be an insult? Who cares?
Consumed by our own capabilities and our own missions, that when we put it humbly before him. So
I
thank
see
you
you.
for being
Okay,
here
good.
this afternoon. I appreciate
What are you
it.
testing for? The Restream bot. I'm sending a message from the Twitch chat to the bot to make sure that everybody can see it. Just to make sure that everyone's in the loop. Yeah, they're not sending their best, or maybe they are, and that's kind of pathetic. That's kind of pathetic. Can't see anything. I can see you, Looney Tunes.
Also, it's an honor to be joined today by a fellow member of our cabinet. It's such a blessing to be a part of a cabinet full of faith-filled members who pray together, who share scripture together on a regular basis, who meet together and pray together. It's an incredible thing to watch. And so when we thought about who could come by today, it made a ton of sense to have my dear friend, the 12th Secretary of the VA, Doug Collins, come by. He's a former congressman. He's currently still a reserve Air Force chaplain. He'll be done in May. I don't know where he's doing his reserve.
Yeah, we can see you. The Twitch side can see you. I was just making sure that the other the reverse is possible. I think this is pretty much it. But yeah, this is religious fundamentalism as righteousness. Yep.
Reserve duty right now.
This is insane.
This counts right
This
here
is
today.
insane.
This is points right here.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much over. Yeah, this is literally insanity. And that is who is at the forefront of all of this. One of the people. All right, folks. Really quickly, we got to get into some headlines. This one is not going to be that long. We're just gonna briefly. So Trump said that Iran made some kind of a concession and gave the U.S. a very expensive gift. Imagine dying for Israel in the goddamn desert. Yep, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. And apparently, he has now revealed that the present, supposedly, was that Iran let 10 oil ships through the Strait of Hormuz. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Washington D.C. is a cult. If God was real, the biggest sinners would reap the consequences of their actions once in a while. Yep. Instead they get defended. Like, Can you imagine like thinking that you're some kind of like Christian, meanwhile defending like a pedophile like Trump? I mean, that's insane. That's insane. Iran has allowed 10 oil tankers to pass through the Strait of Hormuz as a present to the United States. Trump has declared. Okay, this is Trump. Okay, they said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil and they'll sail up tomorrow. So yeah. They apologized for something they said, and they said they were going to send 2 more boats, and it ended up being 10. Okay. Okay. The comments provide an answer to question raised 2 days earlier, and Trump said Iran gave us a present related to oil and gas without elaborating. He's so vain, he thinks the 10 ships are about him. I mean, whatever. Like, this is how sad the situation is, where Iran can literally just, like, say this. And he thinks that this is a win. He thinks that this is a win. Trump is more stupid than ever. Thank you to every idiot who voted him in. A couple of them came in today. A couple of them came in today very proudly defending his pedophilia, among other stuff. Couldn't even articulate anything good that he did. Couldn't even point out a single thing good that Trump has done when asked repeatedly. Very sad. Very sad and pathetic. They even said lower prices. I don't see that anywhere. That's a lie. Okay. It's bullshit. There's no way. Okay. There's no way. Look, here in the state of Georgia, the governor suspended a gas tax. Okay? They suspended a gas tax, and the amount of that the gas lowered was like not that much, and it is still higher, significantly higher than it was a couple of weeks ago before he started to freaking before he started the war. So like there's no way that gas prices are now lower. Like, anybody that says that their gas prices are lower is lying, because that's not the case. You can literally go to the gas pump. Like, literally, anyone in the U.S., okay? Anyone in the U.S. can honestly and genuinely tell me that their gas prices are lower is literally delusional. Maybe they meant to say lawyer price doesn't you need at least a salary of a lawyer to afford anything? True. I have a question. Is the YouTube chat like all united, or is the Are the chats different? The Dow. A friend said it's about $7 a gallon. No, there's a separate chat for the chats. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. I still get no credit for the Dow. I forgot in YouTube chat ran away. Yeah, you get the shorts chat where there are typically more demons. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. I gotta keep a bigger, more focused eye on the shorts chat. We are, however, united in our disdain for capitalists and their collaborators. True. True. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how that could happen. Yeah, no, I see what's happening here. The Restream bot is forwarding everything, essentially. Wolfglen, welcome. The president cannot take credit or blame for the DAOs. They really can't control, well, legally that is. Yeah. Except when he's engaging in, like, pump and dump schemes, but yeah. Yeah, please boop it at him. Back from Earth 2. You mean the other chat? I don't get how, like, it's not just all united, but I guess they're like separate streams technically. But it's funny because like Restream shoves everybody together no matter where you are. So I've hated it when we're in the other chat, but it's funny because like I can see all of you. I can see all of you in all of the chats with Restream. So no matter where you are, it's gonna get forwarded. It's kind of funny. He's building a wall around Shorts until he figures out what the heck is going on. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's all it is just a separate stream. So if you see, like, the shorts has a title, has the little hyphen shorts so that people can differentiate and just hop on the regular one. But yeah. Carlos is the Eye of Sauron. Yeah, I can see all of the chats. I can see all of the chats. Anyways, before we get out of here, okay, let's get through some headlines. Trump made the claim after insisting in the meeting that the U.S. had very substantial talks going with respect to Iran, even though Tehran has denied direct talks having taken place. So yeah, that was the major gift Iran has given to us: 10 ships that were allowed to go through the Strait of Hormuz. So yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Yeah. Thought it was my dad internet getting screwed up by Trump? Probably. Just blame it on Trump too. You can do that too. It's fine. I'm gonna pay for it. I'd be very grateful for it. Thank you, Mr. President. Still muted. Need to run some more. Wait, what are you talking about? Why are you still here? You're here. You still want to defend pedophiles? Is that it? Is that what it is? You still want to defend pedophiles even after showing you the clips? Still that desperate to defend pedophiles that you feel the need to still be here? Anyways, Nancy Mace eyes break with Trump on key Iran vote. Yeah, that Trump is saying the quiet part out loud that Iran is actually controlling the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, but he's too stupid to keep his mouth shut. But anyways, Axios told Axios that she will most likely vote for House Democrats' resolution to constrain President Trump from waging war in Iran, and the next time it comes up for a vote. The vote is symbolic. Even if the measure passes both chambers, Trump could veto it, but Mace's support puts the House one step closer to a major rebuke of the Trump administration's illegal war. Anyways, Mace emerged as suddenly fierce critic of the Iran war this week, declaring Wednesday that she will vote against funding further operations in the region. So this is MAGA slowly trying to escape the sinking ship, right? Another rat is trying to leave the ship, is what's happening here. She deserves no credit. She is a horrible human being. But if she But if she wants to vote against Trump, Godspeed. I love the poorly educated. 1 second. They're bozos. They think war is like RTS video game. If their war status high enough, they can win any conflict by sending enough troops with enough buffs. Yep. Meanwhile, that's not actually how that works. Anyways, so yeah, I guess the pedophile defender is still there. The vote is symbolic. Oh yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Nancy Mace deserves no credit. But if she wants to self-sabotage the MAGA movement, that's fine. But yeah, I think these people are realizing that the chickens are going to come home to roost. The midterms are coming, and yeah, these are rats escaping the sinking ship. Iran is almost impossible to invade as well. Yep, which is kind of true, but also it's like, do you want to win with a smoke pile of ash? Because that's what the logic ultimately entails. They're just smart enough to be on the biggest danger of the planet to themselves and other human life, and no smarter. Yep. I feel bad for the troops, but I also resent them for being willing to deploy and die over this. I agree. Not all of them. Clearly there's been an uptick to organizations regarding conscientious objectors. But some, I mean, like, it's really difficult, right? Because capitalism kind of puts a lot of people in that position, right? Where they feel that maybe the military is their only way to survive. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to put too much on the troops, because, like, you know, whatever. But the people that are doing this are Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, all these people. I agree. I also resent Congress for using members of the military as political pawns and turning around to being willing to crush them to appease a diaper-shitting pedophile. Yep. I mostly don't feel bad for them. I feel a little bad. But then some choose minimum wage and survive over that. Yeah. I mean, like, it's... You know, it is what it is. Sorcery, new business or old one? What are you talking about? Just piles up higher and higher and higher. Vague Blur, thank you for the follow. I was mixed feelings. A lot of them are indoctrinated and very young. I agree. I agree. I'm also amazed at how these people can sleep at night. Oh, comfortably. They're psychopaths. Quite comfortably. They're psychopaths. Jury finds Meta and YouTube negligent in landmark lawsuit on social media safety. Hey, so there's some good stuff happening. A jury found that Meta and YouTube negligent in the design or operation of their social media platforms, producing a bellwether verdict in the first lawsuit to make tech giants tech giants to trial for social media addiction. Los Angeles County Superior Court's a jury said that Meta's and YouTube's negligence were a substantial factor in causing harm to the plaintiff, identified in court by her initials KGM, and that companies failed to adequately warn users of the dangers of Instagram and YouTube, which is owned by Google and Meta, respectively. That's tricky because I know this country has made it damn near impossible to lift yourself up without signing your body over to the military, but also you're a tool for oppression and terrorism. Yep. At this point, yeah. No doubt about it. Old Al Hooten, welcome. Instead of war, I want a world where everyone gets ice cream instead. I feel that. Ultimately, for me, the more important exercise is not so much dialing down to whatever consensus we reach on the exact portions of that. It awarded KGM $3 million in compensatory damages, finding Meta 70% responsible for harm caused to the now 20-year-old plaintiff, and YouTube for 30%. The trial, which began last month in Los Angeles County courtroom and included testimony from Mark Zuckerberg and other tech executives, was the first in a consolidated group of cases brought against Meta and other companies by more than 1,600 plaintiffs, including over 350 families and over 250 school districts. Zuckerberg, I like that one. And rather trying to find out what is going to be the most effective way to stop the most damaging effects of human action in the world, regardless of what is intended by it. Hell yes. I agree. Time to drastically cut down the military budget. I wish. Imagine how much ice cream we could buy with the U.S. defense budget. Essentially, unlimited ice cream. Unlimited ice cream. They can eat the ice cream while riding mass transit. I love this. This is an anti-LGBT censorship push. What, this case? Outside the courtroom, families who say their children were harmed by social media embraced as they celebrated the verdict, telling reporters they feel vindicated. Spokesperson for Meta and Google said the companies disagree with the verdict and plan to appeal. Teen mental health is profoundly complex and cannot be linked to a single app. We will continue to defend ourselves vigorously as every case is different, and we remain confident in our record of protecting teens online. Yeah, somehow I don't believe that at all. Jose Castañeda, a spokesperson for Google, said the case misunderstands YouTube, which is a responsibly built streaming platform, not a social media site. Tomato, to me. Well, I mean, like, so these social media companies, they're not friends of the LGBTQ community. They're friends of capital. In a joint statement, co-lead counsel for KGM said the verdict is a historic moment for thousands of children and their family. So something was fishy. You mean like these people just want just want to use this as an anti-LGBT push. Anytime they start in about protecting children, do not trust it. They don't care about these kids. Oh, I agree that the social media companies don't at all. It's undeniable that the social media platforms are incredibly addictive on purpose, and that they absolutely have an effect on young people's mental health. 100%. This verdict is bigger than one case. For years, social media companies have profited from targeting children while concealing their addictive and dangerous design features. Today's verdict is a referendum from a jury to an entire industry. Accountability has arrived. The jury decided on 2.1 million punitive damages for Meta and 900,000 for YouTube, totaling 3 million. Small fraction of the 1 billion in punitive damages the plaintiff's counsel sought. KGM's lead attorney, Mark Lanier, said that he hopes the proceedings could produce transparency and accountability so that the public can see that these companies have been orchestrating an addiction crisis in our country and actually the world. Like Boomer Book? Yes. We're just revenue streams to the platform. Yep. Like Marsha Blackburn said, she wants to eradicate the transgender. Yikes. The plaintiff was a minor at the time of the incident. Outlined in her lawsuit, KGM testified in court that her nearly non-stop use of social media caused or contributed to depression, anxiety, and body dysmorphia. It really affected my self-worth. Speaking about social media use, KGM testified that she felt she wanted constantly to be on platforms and feared of missing out if she wasn't. Doom scrolling is made on purpose to make you addicted. Yep. It's like, it's not even like the doom scrolling, it's like the effect, right? Because this does have a emotional impact on you when you see these shocking things. And the purpose is not, it doesn't matter what the content is, it matters how much you stay in that website or on that platform. That's what they care about. Like, and it just so happens that like doom scrolling, right, has this effect. Exactly, and plaintiffs suing them for damage is not the same thing as the legislative bills they're putting together supposedly to try to protect kids, but we all know really what, I'm not even saying the lawsuits will do at all to restrain this behavior. I'm just saying that things that a cursory review might get conflated. Yeah, I get it. Chat control failed to pass the EU Parliament by just 1 vote. You gotta talk so effing loud for the speech to talk to get it. I also don't like how a lot of these news outlets cover these court cases because they will very frequently mischaracterize the nature of them and what the implications are. That's true. That's true. Attorneys for Meta and YouTube have disputed the claims brought by the plaintiff, arguing that the platforms aren't purposely harmful and addictive. I think like the core issue here is that they're arguing that Facebook and YouTube and whatnot are addictive and create mental health distress. Like they create issues, especially in young kids, and I think that there's truth to that. My grandniece was playing a YouTube game which literally said subscribe or the teddy bear dies. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm having English class in elementary. In his closing argument, an attorney for YouTube said there wasn't a single mention of addiction to that platform in KGM's medical records. The verdict comes after jurors in a separate trial in New Mexico held Meta and liable for failing to protect children from online predators and sexual exploitation on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, that's a whole other problem. The New Mexico jury found Tuesday that Meta violated the state's consumer protection law and ordered it to pay $375 million in civil penalties. Meta has said it disagrees with the verdict and plans to appeal. In Los Angeles, deliberations took longer, wrapping up nearly 44 hours over 9 days. The jurors had told Judge Carolyn B. Cole that they were having trouble coming to a consensus on one defendant. Social media companies have historically been shielded by Section 230, a provision added to the Communications Act of 1934 that says internet companies aren't liable for content users post. Okay, but this has nothing to do with the content that people are posting. It's about like the addictiveness of the algorithm, right? Yeah, I think if they were actually concerned about kids' mental health, we'd have universal healthcare with therapy included. Also teach kids coping mechanisms instead of forcing crap GPT into schools. Oh, I agree. I agree. TikTok and Snap were also named as defendants in KGM's lawsuit to reach settlements before the trial. They remain defendants in a series of similar lawsuits expected to go to trial in this year. Matt Bergman, the founding attorney for Social Media Victims Law Center, which is representing hundreds of plaintiffs in state and federal proceedings, that the jury's decision on Wednesday establishes a framework of how similar cases across the country will be evaluated and demonstrates that juries are willing to hold technology companies accountable when the evidence shows foreseeable harm. Families pursuing justice in other jurisdictions can now point to this outcome as proof that these claims deserve to be heard and taken seriously. Lanier told NBC News in an interview that this was the most difficult case he's tried in his 42 years as a lawyer. I think the jury understood that they were the very first case in the history of our country to look at social media addiction, and they wanted to leave no question, but they had seriously considered the evidence. Lanier said, so they took forever and looked. And then they looked carefully at each of the questions and answered yes. Everyone was yes, guilty. California Attorney General Rob Bonta also weighed in on the LA and New Mexico verdicts. In a statement on Twitter, said that California looks forward to holding Meta accountable in our own upcoming trial in the Bay Area. So yeah, I mean, this is something to follow here. Because I think that there is a lot of truth to this. The social media companies absolutely are creating and incentivized by capitalism, right? They need money. They're incentivized to behave in this manner. They're incentivized to behave in this manner, and the repercussions, right? The mental health repercussions, the addiction is the point. They don't care. As long as you're stuck and glued to their app or to their site or to their platform, it's all fair game. I agree with your comment about the content and algorithm being separate. Yeah, and I think that that's what the heart of all this is basically coming down to, right? They're purposely crafting their algorithms, their platforms, their social media sites to keep you there. Like that is their game, because that's how they make money. And of course you need to make money, so it's only going to incentivize you as a company to make these things as aggressive as possible. They want as many people as humanly possible to be and remain on their site, right? Doom scrolling, as they say, is the perfect way, and they'll continue to refine and change that algorithm to make that happen. They want you to stay there. Maybe kids would spend less time on their phones if they had access to more extracurricular shit and their parents had more time to spend with them. Yep. But you know, again, like capitalism. Capitalism is all I gotta say to that. They're literally financially incentivized to do this, right? Like every social media company, from Facebook to YouTube, to Twitter, they are financially incentivized to do this. And also, to that point, Sassy, capitalism. When mom and dad both have to work, I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? Daycare isn't cheap. Yeah, the commodification of everything. Send down the light, your social life, and time outside of work proper. Yep. Even down to your social life. Yep. All right, folks, it's just about just a little over 7 o'clock. Thank you all for being here. I got to get out of here. It is it's basically the weekend, folks. Thank you all for being here. You guys are what makes this channel go, and I appreciate all of you guys being here. Even the trolls, right? Because the trolls also contribute by chatting and by giving me the eyeballs, of course. So I appreciate that. Maybe they're just maybe deep down they're just trying to be leftism's greatest warriors. So you know, gotta appreciate that. Kitty's playing, welcome. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, mods, for keeping the community safe. Yeah. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Appreciate that. Thank you, Heat. Thank you, Ladybug. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thanks, idiot trolls. I mean, you gotta look. When life gives you trolls, you make whatever. Anyways, you get the point. Thank you all for being here as always, folks. If you want to support the channel, spread the word far and wide. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Check out my show on this space every Tuesday at 7 p.m. If you want to support the channel directly, check out all the stuff, folks. There's the merch store. You can hit !tip. Thank you, BCat. Thank you. Hey, Michael Hassler. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. When life gives you lemons, throw them at trolls. Yeah, I just make trollinade, you know? You gotta make them into content, right? You gotta keep them going and keep them messaging. The more messages they send, the better it is. And these trolls thinking that they can thumb down the stream, that it's somehow like bad. It's all engagement, please. Please, I could use all of it. It's all for the cause. So I appreciate that. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, feed the algos. Exactly. That's what they're there for, right? That's why we love our trolls, you know. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys. You guys are what makes this channel go. Thank you as always, folks. Please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Monday. Great stream. Thank you. I appreciate that, Heat. See ya. My goodness. Hey, and nothing really went that wrong this time. Look at that. I didn't even nuke the stream. Pretty smooth. Professional streamer. Still can't believe I did that. Hang tight, folks. Hang tight. All right, folks. We're heading out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.